I got big ring, you mad, get stained, work hard, then play, bad bitch, my taste, we vibe, we lay, you purple, you gay, delete your ass, lil' fame, I won't walk, got the same, 4-0, 4-0, these people, 4-0, I try to tell these motherfuckers time and time, 4-0, pussy ass, purple ass niggas, man, 4-0, they get your born ass right. Niggas better get their weight up, you little body bitch. Worry about a damn pay cut, you little body bitch. I ain't worried about none of these niggas, little body bitch. You that scare rag, cow ass little body bitch. Had to fuck around, get my rank up, you little body bitch. And I'm pouring up, y'all young nigga, and I'ma take a sip. Yeah, all these niggas want down hate, but tell them zip it lip. You a dumb ass scare rag, boy, little body bitch. Damn, and I ain't worried about nothing, nigga. Nah, I ain't worried about shit. I got more than one, so you know nigga don't reminisce. I spit flavors on these damn beats, niggas better catch a pitch. Never knew a goddamn man be scared to represent. But you a whole ass, dirt ass, little damn body ass nigga. Get body with the damn scripture with your little body ass nigga. Nigga, I'm a true priest, true line nigga, true Zion ass nigga. And you a little boy, little bitch ass, little body ass nigga. I got big ring, you mad, get stained, work hard, then play. Bad bitch, my taste, we vibe, we lay, you purple, you gay, you leech ass, lil' fame, I won't walk, got the same, 4-0, 4-0, I tell you, 4-0, get your shit together, 4-0, work. I'ma do this shit till I rock, you little body bitch. I'ma do your ass like your pot, you little body bitch. And I'm smooth with it, y'all the zop, you little body bitch. And I switch nigga on that thought, you little body bitch. And I'ma stay turning like the cars, you little body bitch. And I'm so cold like a bomb, you little body bitch. And I'm a warrior like that Gabar, you little body bitch. And my aim like that a zop, you little body bitch. Need a princess papa, you little body bitch. Or anyone down the slide, you little body bitch. Yeah. I keep a couple straps in my ride, you little body bitch. Just in case anyone wanna die, cause I'm body bitch. I got big ring, you mad, get stained, work hard, then play, bad bitch, my taste, we vibe, we lay, we purple, we gay, you leech ass, lil' fame, all on, I say, 4-0. 4-0. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, nigga, I say, fuck wrong, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, pussy ass nigga. Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rebel, busy man shit, nigga. They take their head over, nigga.
I read where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no hoe to lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert, another cop just stretch the nigga. He ain't demon, it's an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers can they spit and I ain't listening, is in fact the fear. Revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jake. So I war, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crack as hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't be too baby, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit your life. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Bring shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you don't never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
Check 1 2. Hey, check 1 2, testing 1 2, man. Welcome to another edition of Cross the Line Radio with your host, Captain Tazaryach. Captain Cottas will be joining us soon. He just parking his car, so he'll be on here soon. Hey, real quick, I'm streaming on Clubhouse. Hey, Tally, are you there? Can you unmute? I just want to see if I can hear you or not.
Yeah, King, I'm here.
Okay, perfect. The reason why I did that is because I normally don't do Clubhouse, but Sister Steph that's on the stage, she asked me to start streaming it on Clubhouse again, so you could thank Stephanie for that. I got a weigh-in today. I'm waiting for the brother Sanchez, which starts at 10 o'clock. So I'm just waiting for him to hit me up. I sent them the link to the stream, y'all. So now, but before I get into that, right, I need to make a PSA announcement for the Israelite community. I think I am definitely qualified to make this statement, and it's an important statement, right? So, and I want to read this scripture first before I read it so people can understand, right? This is Proverbs 23 and 23. And until, is the phone lines open? Are the phone lines open? And until Sanchez comes in, I will take questions from Clubhouse if you have any, and I'll take questions online. I just want to make this PSA announcement because this is, hey, y'all got to be careful. Why is this mic coming up? Kadazai's not coming here physically. Yeah, he's not coming here physically. Oh, okay, no sweat. All right. This announcement needs to be made. There's a lot. Well, let me read the scripture first. It says, this is Proverbs 23 and 23. It says, buy the truth and sell it not. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding. So now buy the truth, of course, is talking about whatever it is you have to do to gain the truth. So if gaining the truth requires a sacrifice, whether it's your job, family, loved one, etc., you're going to buy the truth with your sacrifice. When it says sell it not, you can't water down the truth. You can't sell the truth in the sense of compromising the truth. You can't be a hypocrite. You should have messing up my vibe right now. So, and the reason why I got this scripture in particular, right? There's a group, and I think I could speak for this group because I talked to the brother. There's a group called Sakari, right? Sakari has a group. They had some brothers in their group recently leave, right? And anybody can leave. I had an excellent conversation with the brother Gorilla Hebrew. Even he said he understands some things that ISUBK says now based on what he's going through. But I'm not speaking about the conversation he and I had, but I am speaking for this. Brothers need to stop acting like the truth is free agency. Brothers need to stop acting like the truth is free agency to get a max deal, or to feel like now that I'm leaving, I'm going to recruit others. When we talk about dividing the word or selling the word, that's what we're seeing live on the air. I'm telling y'all this out of love. If you're going to separate from anybody, just separate. But when you start separating and then you say, check out my new logo, check out this, is it about the truth or is it about your logo? Is it about the truth or is it about your members? We as Israelites have to hold ourselves to a higher standard. A way Christ said that you have to be, let me see, your righteousness has to exceed the righteousness of the Sadducees and the Pharisees. And it's horrific for me to watch brothers separate from other brothers, say that it's not about doctrine, and then try to fish other people to then follow them. That's not, like, if you should be hurt. If you ever loved a brother and separated from that brother, you should feel so much pain that going live and talking about it is the last thing that you would want to do. Like, real talk. It shouldn't even be about that. We as the people don't need an explanation. It really, if you were to stay quiet, let's say if you and a brother have an issue and you never come public about it, you know what the Lord might do? The Lord might help you mend that issue, come back together, and then we never have to know that you were not in the group or you had an issue or anything like that. Once you make it public, you destroy what could be a bond recovering. And so I wanted to make that PSA announcement because it's much needed. I'm tired of seeing brothers make videos about they left the group. I'm tired of seeing it. I don't want to see it. We don't need the nation of Israel does not need to see you being divisive and then trying to use a scripture to justify your divisiveness. Whether you say it's not about doctrine, it's not about brotherhood, whatever it is, you're now divided, and the nation don't need to see that. So I just wanted to make that PSA announcement. So if anybody are we having any phone lines? Anything on the phone line? No sweat. I appreciate it. If anybody on Clubhouse has a question or something, they can definitely raise their hand and come up and ask. Or anybody that's on the stage, this is the time now, because when Sanchez comes on, it's just going to be him and I. Now, I'm going to give, so as I'm talking at this point, if anybody wants to interrupt me, you can interrupt me, because I'm just talking now, giving a recap as to how we got here. Okay?
Hey, peace and blessings, Cap.
What's up? You got a question or comment?
Yes, sir. I want to read Leviticus 5:3.
Right.
And see what your understanding of that is.
Right. This is a stupid nigga, y'all. Just want to let y'all know. But go ahead and read Leviticus 5:3.
I was just going to ask if you can read it. I'm driving right now.
I'm not reading anything. I'm not reading anything.
Hold on. Let me pull up.
Yeah, pull your call over. Pull your call.
Nigga just gave a whole brotherhood speech. Y'all look at him.
You not a brother though. You a divisive brother.
Hey, what scripture did you learn that, bro? But never mind.
That you divisive?
Hold on, I got you.
I ain't get a scripture.
I got you, brother. Let me talk.
Wait. No, you asked a question. I have the right to answer the
original question. I just want to focus.
One second. I want you to focus. You said what scripture? As you pulling over, just relax, dude. You said what scripture? Your character is how I know you're divisive. Your character, my experience with you, my counsel of you that you have consistently rejected is how I know. Now, if you have the scripture, you can read the scripture.
And if you got any proof for that slanderous statement you made,
I just said your character, my counsel of you that you've never taken.
Yeah, no problem. I don't know what counsel that was, but
okay, no problem. So you wait. So on the record, this is my only question. On the record, you have never called. On the record, you have never
called you, brother.
Then don't say you don't know what counsel I'm talking about. You just said
because I called you don't mean it's a counsel, sir. Sometimes
I'm again. Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
I had to call you and cut into you since you wanted to talk about private call.
1 second.
Talk about how I cut into you when I call. Now, can we get back to the Bible?
Wait 1 second. We can. So now I'm just going to respond. He initially said I didn't give him no counsel at all.
That's not a counsel when two men just having a conversation.
You called me over an issue you had with other brothers. You asked for my advice. That's what counsel is. No, so you telling me you never called me about?
Shut the fuck up, nigga! I called you right away on the spot.
That's not even what I'm.
You remember now, don't you?
That's not even what I'm talking. Hold on, Governor.
I know that's not what you're talking about, nigga.
Okay, so if that's not what I'm talking about, then we can just establish what I'm talking about. All you gotta do is just relax. All you gotta do is just relax. You called me for specific. You called me. I don't know why you acting like that. I don't know why you acting like that, brother.
We don't need to talk about personal issues. We can talk about that. Then you just give a fucking speech about what you doing.
Once again, I'm not a hypocrite. It's your reputation.
So let's get to the Bible then, nigga.
Okay, be quiet. Thank you. All you gotta do is be quiet. Thank you. You called me particularly for counsel from of issues you was having with other brothers, and you didn't listen. So when I speak about you, I'm speaking about your reputation.
Hey, you know what?
So
Guess
now,
what?
if you have
That
a
issue been
question,
resolved, Captain
now
Tazaryach.
if
Can
you
we
have a
talk about
question, but
Leviticus 5
you
and
just
3?
act like you just made it seem like it didn't exist, only to now say it's been
Yeah,
resolved.
you tried to make it seem like when I called you to cut into you. So what people can
I did
learn
not.
today
I
is
wasn't
that
even
we have
talking
had
about
a
that. I
plethora
said
of
counsel.
phone calls, Captain. That's what
But you
people can
said
learn.
you
We've
tried
had
to
more than
act
one
like
phone
there
call.
was
I done called
nothing.
you and bought body parts
But
from you, nigga. That
if I'm
wasn't a
not
counsel either.
mistaken, you just tried to act like there was nothing. I
Cap,
just
you
proved
brought
that
up phone
was
calls,
on
Cap.
2 times.
You brought up phone calls. You talking about some shit that you
Actually,
don't
I'm
need to be
glad.
talking about
I'm
after
actually
giving a
glad you
speech
did
about
that.
the
Hey,
same
bring my brother
situation. Now you're
Sanchez
doing
on.
bullshit, bro.
Bring my
Come
brother
on, bro. Let's
Sanchez.
just get
Bring my brother Sanchez on. I'm actually glad he did that because now I ain't got to answer that stupid question he had on Leviticus 5 and 3. He just admitted, first he said he never got counseled. Then he said the advice I gave him, that issue was resolved. That, again, his reputation is why he gets treated the way he's treated. So let's bring my brother Sanchez on. Brother Sanchez, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you clear. Now, if I could, right, the way your camera is, I don't know if it's because we're on split screen. Can you bring it over a little? Okay, that's better. Never mind. You good. You good. You all the way good now. All right. So now I just want to introduce this brother on the stage. This is what we call a weigh-in. So this brother and myself will be having a debate this Sunday at 4:00. I believe the title, if I'm not mistaken, is let me know. Hey, Slocky. Hey, Slocky. Let me know if Sanetta types in the chat. This debate is titled, "Are Black Israelites the Black Face of Manifest Destiny?" This is a title that was selected and picked by Brother Sanchez himself. I had nothing to do with the title. I just agreed to it. And so I actually hit Sanchez up and I said, we need to have a weigh-in, that way the people can know what they can expect to see from the two of us. We'll probably talk trash to each other in the middle of this. That's what we do. That's what we did the last time. So, Brother Sanchez, I allow you to give the floor. If you just want to start with what made you pick the title and where you plan to go with it, and then we can go back and forth from there.
I don't want to. First of all, let me say salutes to you in your chat room. Much respect to the Hebrews. I never did a show over here before. This is my first time, so I'm gonna give your chat room and all of your people the benefit of the doubt and just show them love and respect, assuming that they would extend the respect that you have for me, Captain. And salutes to you, man. Thanks for doing this debate. So I don't want to expose too much of my hands. So what I will say is this to let you know why I chose the title. I think that a lot of the explanations that the Hebrew Israelites give as to why Black people are oppressed, let's just say if I was a white supremacist and I was the cause of these issues, I would be happy that the Black Hebrew Israelites existed. I would love the message, that you guys are saying to the people. Any message that's founded on blaming the victim versus the victimizer would be, a benefit to the oppressor versus, our people. And I'll just say, I think I said enough to let you know where I stand pretty much right there with the title.
Okay. And so now, is it safe to ask you questions about the victim side and that won't expose? Because I don't want you to feel like ambush or anything like that. I don't want you to feel a little afraid, a little timid and stuff, because you battling the champ. That's how we got here. If I could just add in my trash talking, Brother Sanchez was definitely clout chasing me. Still ain't sent me no cash app that he said he was sending me a cash app. And people might say, well, Cap, why are you bringing up a cash app? Because he said he would send a cash app and he didn't. You try to hold people to a man of their word. But he definitely said I was a clout chaser, only to find out he's a clout chaser. That's why we're here. So the victim side, can we talk about the victim side a little bit or no? That's to you, Brother Sanchez.
You know what, man? I just had to take a minute to compose myself. I said today that I'm gonna, be on a decorum type level. So I'm just gonna refrain from even responding to the whole clout chasing thing. I think that that'll take us down a immature and childish rabbit hole. So because now
Mm.
that we got the debate on the table, that was all I was chasing, Tazaryach. I was chasing a spar with you, and I got it. You
So
know,
you said,
when you're, I'm trying to answer you.
okay.
When you're in a HOK community, we call brothers out, we go live, we hype things up. It's the toughest environment to be in. I never looked at it like clout chasing. I always looked at it like, okay, when niggas see this video, Sonetta gonna be happy. Tazaryach gonna want the smoke because he gonna have to defend my arguments. I mean, I just thought that's how the community been getting down. But you know, it's cool if you want to call it clout chasing. I'm gonna go with your answer. I am clout chasing. I'm gonna steal your answer because everything I do, if I think that what I'm doing is beneficial to the people, then I want numbers on it. I'll just steal your answer as far as the clout chasing. But as far as this title go,
Right.
you really need to be worried about this, Captain. I ain't gonna lie, man. You really need to be worried about this because the Hebrew Israelites do say a lot of things that supports, you know, manifest destiny and white supremacy. I'm not going to expose my hand, but in a debate, I'm going to really show up and show out. So, but if you have any other questions concerning the debate, that'll be cool. Yeah, for sure.
Well, just the only reason clout chasing is brought up is because that's what you said I was doing, even though I wasn't messaging you. I mean, I can pull up the clip where you said I'm hanging with the gangs. I'm on No Jumper. I'm in Atlanta. You said I'm clout chasing. So that's why I brought up the clout chasing. I mean, I don't know what else we would call it, but what you said, that's how we got here. Now, you didn't answer my other question. Can I ask you about the victim part without exposing? I know you're a little timid.
Sure. Ask me about it. Anything.
Right,
that's what I'm here for.
Okay, so when you say that we blame the victims or we play the victims, can you explain what we as Israelites do to play or claim to be the victims? And wait, before you do that, Sanchez, that link that I just put in the chat, that's the link that y'all want to click to if y'all want to support this, because this is a pay-per-view debate. This is not a free debate this Sunday. This would be a pay-per-view debate. I just pinned it at the top on my Captain Tazaryach channel. I'm Sanchez. I don't know if you can see that link or not, but I'm pretty sure are you live as well?
Yeah, I'm live as well.
Yeah. So what I would suggest maybe is that you also put the link in your side too, because that's the only way they're going to be able to see this debate. I believe Sonetta has this on a pay-per-view type of debate. So that means
it's pay-per-view.
Right. So anybody that wants to see this debate will have to click that link. So I'm gonna pin it on my channel. Maybe you can pin it on yours. That way the people that are watching can go ahead and see it that way. All right. Hey, I think you added the wrong cross the line. You added both cross the lines? No. All right, no sweat. All right. So Sanchez,
hey,
again.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure. Hell yeah. That's what a weigh-in is, man. Fight back.
Okay. Can you give me your definition of manifest destiny? I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
No, hell no. If I give you you would have to give your definition. You said you don't want to reveal your hand. If I tell you my definition and you tell me your definitions, wouldn't we have just revealed the hand? Yes or no?
No, I think we just would be giving a definition to the word. We won't be making no arguments. We'll just be comprehending the fact that we understand the definition of the word we're debating about. That's all. I'm not telling you to make an argument for or against it.
Okay, so I'll Google it. So if I Google manifest destiny, it says a belief, a 19th century belief that in the United States that American settlers were destined to expand westward across North America. Is that good enough?
I mean, we can go with the AI overview for now. I ain't gonna be nitpicky. It ain't the debate, it's just the weigh in. It'll do for the weigh in.
Okay, all right, no sweat. Hey, I don't see. Okay, so now can you answer the question about the victimhood? Because
Yeah, so what I didn't say we were playing a victim, I said we were blaming the victim.
Okay, can you break that down? When you say blaming the victim, who's the victim that's being blamed?
Okay, cool. I'll give you.
There we go.
Like I said, without trying to expose too much of my hand, this is what I'll say, right?
Now, before you answer, I don't want you to think I'm tricking you. Like, we got to fight. Like, the whole point of having the weigh-in is to talk about the debate. But I don't want you to feel like, you know, it sounds like you're a little timid.
Oh no, I know how to do this because I've been around the HOK a minute. And what I used to do is I would make all of my debate arguments in the weigh-in, and Sarnetta got with me. He was like, "No, brother, that ain't how you do it.
That is not."
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I could flip through my notes and start making that same.
No, I ain't even asking you to do that. We should be able to freestyle about.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm about to give you an answer now to that real quick. So, black people were oppressed by the so-called white man, right? This white devil, you know, that the Hebrews speak of or whatever. And one day this white man gonna have his day by Yahweh Shah. But the reason why we oppressed is because we turned away from our God. Now, to me, this puts the blame on us, on the reason for our oppression. And that's what I meant by the message blames the victim versus the victimizer, without saying too much. Again, that should be good enough for you there.
Okay, so if I'm to hear you right, because we blame the victims instead of the victimizer, that's why the Israelites fail, or that's one of the things.
No, that's what makes you a supporter of Manifest Destiny, because that's what Manifest Destiny does. And if I say too much more about how Manifest Destiny does that, then I'll be going into my debate arguments. And let me just say this for the record. I'm not used to weigh-ins. I'm used to just showing up, catching a fade. I don't normally do slap boxing and all that before the fight. So you're gonna have to kind of guide me through this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna guide you through it. Listen, man, you my son. That's what it sounds. That's how that translates to me. You my son tonight.
Yeah. Show me how these little weigh-ins go. You know what I'm saying?
Well, these weigh-ins,
I just like, you
just like what, to just get to it, right?
Man, I really want to go into my arguments. I'm so anxious, but I'm just gonna have to chill though and take Sarnetta's advice. So
see, now the more you do these type of things, this is what, see, like, you young in this, man. So you know you need your big brother. I won't even say daddy's son. I'll just say big brother. So you need your big brother to walk you through this, because I've been doing this such a long time. And so not real talk, right?
I hear you.
I'm the big brother. You the little brother. You know what I mean? So I'm a little brother. You like little bro. I mean, you got the perfect name. You got Brother Sanchez. We just gonna put little bro Sanchez in front of that.
Okay.
Now that's a weigh-in. So a weigh-in is to make the people interested so that they know that when they come and see a debate, it's not like, or battle. I don't really like to use the word debate, Sanchez. The reason why I don't like to use the word debate, because it puts you into like this suit and tie type of format. But when my ancestors, who I say are the Israelites, when they battled, they didn't battle in a suit and tie format. The whole goal was to destroy their opponent. So that's kind of a different spirit, a different vibe. You ever see that movie Stomp the Yard before? You ever see that movie Stomp the Yard, Sanchez?
I'm not big on the movies, man.
But
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So in the movie Stomp the Yard, the cat was like a big time battle dancer, like doing the dance battles, all that hippity hoppity stuff like that. And he went to college, and they was like more cordial with the stepping, all organized. And so the stepper came to him and wanted him to join. And he was like, I don't step. And he was like, what's the difference? And he said, I battle. He said, what's the difference? He said, pussy step. Excuse my language. I'm just saying what was in the movie. And so it just puts a different spirit. So when you in a weigh-in, the whole goal is to show how either I'm unprepared or you're unprepared for the weigh-in. That's the goal of the weigh-in.
Which one are you gonna do today?
I mean, I don't think nobody's ever been prepared for me, ever.
Are you gonna show that though today? How are you gonna show that?
I think I've shown it thus far. Like, you are even scared to even talk.
I'm answering all your questions, right? Didn't I just answer all your questions?
Okay, you're talking out of your mouth, but you're scared to talk. Meaning, every time you go to talk, you catch yourself and be like, "Well, I don't want to reveal this information." As if you
Can
have
I ask you a question?
facts.
Did
Yeah.
I reveal enough to answer your question without being too going into my arguments? Do you accept what I revealed?
Like,
Is that enough?
You know how?
Because I can give you some more. If that ain't enough, I can give you some more.
Well, here's
no problem. Just ask for it. You ain't gotta cry about it, Cap. Just asking, ye shall receive, man.
No, I'm not asking.
Relax. Yeah, relax.
Your question was, how are you doing? So I'm responding to the question that you gave, which is why I say you talking but not talking. If you wouldn't ask that question, we wouldn't be here. So since you asking me how you doing, when somebody goes into
the question that I asked you was, did I give you enough information when you asked me the question? Because if I didn't, just say give me more, and I can do that. That's no problem. I'm saying you don't gotta make a nothing burger out of it. Just ask me.
Okay, no problem. But I don't really look at it like you got to give me information. I'm more so looking for us to entertain the people that are going to watch us actually debate. This is like an exhibition. It's like a way
entertainment. Okay,
right. That's what I'm looking at. That's why you see me, being jovial, taking shots at you, telling you use a clout chaser, which you is. Now that's a fact though, which you is, and because
I don't. I ain't really here to entertain. I'm here to enlighten and kind of shed light on why I see. Because think about this.
Well, go ahead.
Hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this.
I'm gonna mute up. I just want you to enlighten.
To me, right? Clout chasing would be Sanchez calling the Hebrews out for an intellectual debate, then show up just yelling and hating on them and on some player hater shit with his feelings. So I'm saying my whole smoke was about your ideology of manifest destiny. I did call you a clout chaser.
Thank you.
And I never denied that. And I still think you are just like you think I am. But I'm just ain't going to keep on reminding you of that. I want to get on a more important thing, which is the intellectual challenge that I have for you. I think that'll promote the debate more because that's what they paying for, not to be entertained with messiness. I know y'all yell a lot on the cone at people, but I really want you to calm down, try to, be intellectual, and let's give the people a little bit of us black man's mind power, because I don't want to entertain, for anybody right now. I came here to show and prove. It ain't about entertaining. This a fight, man. This blood and gore. So if we want to entertain in that level, challenge me intellectually like I did you. I just said out of my mouth, and I'm gonna double down on it again, that the Hebrews promotes the white supremacist message by blaming the victims and not the victimizer. And I ain't hear you say nothing about that. That's how I know I'm good right now when it comes to this debate, because you want to go into the chaos, the rip-rap, the clout chasing stuff. And I know that this debate title ain't got nothing to do with that. It's about all the black Hebrews, Israelites, the black face of white supremacy. And the answers I've gave you right now in these 30 minutes were short, strong answers that sums up my whole argument and my challenge to you. And I want to know what you and your comrade got to say about my answers, which was the black Hebrew Israelites are supporting white supremacy, sir, when you go out there and blame the people that was oppressed for their oppression when they wasn't bothering nobody. And somebody just came and started against their will attacking these people. You ain't got an answer for that. And you ain't going to have one when the debate comes. So I'm confident with this. That's all I'm saying. Mic drop. That's all I'm saying. Right.
Now, everybody give Brother Sanchez a hand, little brother. Remember, I said I'm the big brother here to teach you, Brother Sanchez. And I said entertainment. So now, you thought entertainment was to get up here and be loud. Neither you nor I have been loud since we talked, but you was timid. You know how I got you out of being timid? I said we got to be entertaining. We got to do this. And you know what you just did? You actually was entertaining. You wasn't sitting there. Even if you go to a boxing match, nobody wants. Who did they just boo? Hey, what's that boxer that they just booed?
Hey, you need to tell your mans to crank up right here. He looked pretty dead, man.
And I'm gonna tell you. Remember when he said we be all loud? This brother just spoke for 3 minutes uninterrupted. I'm just trying to talk. He interrupted. Now I don't have a problem with it. I'm
just making it entertaining with you. My bad. My bad.
No, Sanchez, do it. I just like to highlight who did it first. That's all. So
I
now,
was trying to be entertaining. My bad.
when you brought up that we support white supremacy and we blame the victims instead of the victimizers, all you really did was make a statement. You have not substantiated your position. So in your simple mind, you're going to say, see, I made that statement which you didn't answer. I don't have to answer statement. My response to your statement is to prove, and this is my answer, this is my response to your statement. Prove that we support white supremacy. Prove that we blame the victims. Because if you can't substantiate that, that's like somebody crying wolf saying something happened, but it didn't happen. So the onus is on you. If you're saying we support white supremacy, you have to say how we support white supremacy. So can you show
I'm
that?
gonna do that. I'm gonna do that in the debate. See, now you're trying to trick me into sharing my hand, and a couple of folks told me you would try that. So if I go into the details of how y'all do it, that's exactly what I got written down for the debate. So now that I told you what you're doing, I would like you to respond and tell me how you're not doing it. You haven't denied it. I told you what you're doing. I'm gonna prove that in a debate. That ain't for now. We ain't here to prove anything now. That's what the debate for. If I show my proof now, ain't no need to show up for the debate. No need to show up for the debate if I give you all of that now. So I thought that but Tazaryach, can we admit though that I've given you my premise and given you the foundation for my title, and you haven't rebutted it, responded to it, or even denied? You still basically
say that one more time.
I'm saying that you haven't pushed back though. If you want to make it entertaining, I'm attacking your shit. But let me tell you what. I'm up here telling the Hebrews that y'all are the black face of white supremacy, and I just told you how. I'm showing you a little my hand. I'm saying because y'all blame the victims and not the victimizer, and if I was a white supremacist, you would be doing my job with a message like that. Now, I'm doing too much if I say any more than that. I just want to hear you say yay or nay, respond to it, give me some smoke back, because right now I just I swung first. I'm swinging first.
Now here's what I want to point out, and I'm gonna show you the difference between him and I. Right? He said, when I said you got to give me examples of what white supremacy. Hey, y'all got to keep that noise down.
Yeah, I got to prove it.
No, I said you got to show me examples of what it is, and then you said, well, they told me you was going to ask me that to reveal my hand, and then you know what you just asked me to do? You just asked me to prove how we're not. So essentially, and this is what a weigh-in is about. You're trying to get me. That. What did you just say?
I said respond to a rebuttal. I ain't asking you for proof. I'm asking you for smoke, man. Hit me back. Give me something else back.
I did. I said you have to prove. I don't have to respond to a statement. You have to prove by example. You can't make a statement. Y'all white supremacists. What does that even mean to me?
I made the statement and showed you how. Want me to repeat how again for the third time?
Because you said, go ahead. Say it again.
Okay, let me repeat how again for the third time.
Okay.
Man, I said the Hebrew Israelites are the black face for white supremacy because in y'all message, y'all teach black people that the reason they're oppressed is because something they did, which was turn away from Yahweh, which is now you're blaming the victims and not the victimizer. Drop a 1 in my chat room if y'all hear me. This is very clear. I'm telling you how I'm going. Listen what I'm doing. Hold on, let me finish. Let me land. I'm going into detail on how. You haven't given me any details. Now, I'm not asking you for proof. I haven't given you any proof. I just made a statement and told you how. When the debate comes, I'm going to double down and prove the statement with the how, right? And give you more supporting information for the how. Only thing I'm asking you to do is go into a little bit of pushback on why you think I'm tripping with such a statement like that with the how behind it. Kind of critique my statement and say, well, what you said about this was wrong because of da, 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 da. I think that'll be good.
Okay, I got you. I understand. So you saying because we teach that we disobey God and while we're in this condition, it supports white supremacy. I would vehemently disagree with that. The biggest problem in the black community is how do you fix the problem? So right now, you have a presidential race. You got the Democrats and the Republicans. You got Kamala Harris, who everybody think is a black woman. That's not a black woman. That's a white woman. You got Donald Trump on the other side. And for some reason, black people still believe that voting for either one of them is going to make it better for black people. That's white supremacy. Israelites come in and say, we don't need to vote for neither one of them. Let's leave white supremacy. The reason why we're suffering in every neighborhood is because we're trying to build up a society that was never meant for us. So let's stop building that society. Let's stop letting them control our moral compass and come up with our own moral compass. And what compass is that? The Bible. And then what happens when we go into that Bible? We find out, oh snap, if we marry outside of our race, we're gonna get destroyed. If we eat these unclean foods, that's why we have these health problems we have. If we be homosexuals, that's why we number one in AIDS. We aborting our babies. We drug addicts. Ho. If we follow this God, we would trump white supremacy. It's interesting. I said Trump, white supremacy, and Donald Trump, the president. We would actually trump white supremacy. So when you say that we're white supremacists, that don't even make sense. Right now in New York City, especially in Harlem, when a crime happens, you know who they call? They call us. When I'm saying us, I'm talking, because I noticed you say Hebrew Israelites. What I would warn you is that we're not responsible. Like, I represent ISUPK, so whatever you're going to show, please let it be us. Because ISUPK, starting in Harlem and now branching out to all the other boroughs, we're the ones that they're asking to help improve the black community, the Hispanic community. When a crime happens, Officer Shagapan gets notified to go to the communities. They asking us to come into the communities to clean it up. And when we're cleaning it up, it ain't talking about with a broom, picking up trash or nothing like that. It's talking about going to these black communities and getting them to stop dealing drugs. If you're a drug dealer or a drug user, you support white supremacy. If you're not on drugs, if you ain't smoking weed, if you ain't doing cocaine, dope, heroin, if you ain't selling it, now you're against white supremacy. How do I know? Because the CIA worked in conjunction with the president of the United States to force drugs and pump them into our communities. So every stinking drug dealer supported white supremacy. So if the Israelites is pointing out how we got in that condition and how we get, let me say this first. If the Israelites is pointing out how we got in that condition, and if, let's say we just left it there. If all we said was, well, we in this condition because we disobeying God. And if we just left it there, I would agree with you that we're supporting white supremacy. But if we pointing out the root of the problem and then the root of the solution, and that root requires us to separate spiritually from this place, that's how you destroy white supremacy. So if that's what you bring into this battle, you about to get your ass whooped.
Can I ask you a question?
Facts. You can do whatever you want, brother. This is our show. This is Captain Tazaryach and little brother Sanchez show.
Okay. All of these drugs, alcohol, over sexualization, all of this stuff that white supremacy brought our people. Why would God use the very people that gave us these evil things to punish us for it? Why would God use white supremacists to punish us for partaking in things of white supremacy? That's just listen, we got to learn, right? That's what the way in is about. Let's let's learn,
because
the debate.
You might want to run from this debate. Most people's concept of God is that God is some sucker. That's what most people believe. Most people believe that God is all love. That's what the Christian church taught y'all. God, Exodus 15:3 says that the Lord is a man of war. And you know where the war starts at? The war starts with yourself. Most Christians, when you go into a Christian church, and I have to use the Christian church because they say they believe in God too. So when you go into a Christian church, the Christian church gives you a song and dance. God loves the sinner. He hates the sin. You believe in Jesus, you're now forgiven. But they never give you a solution, or they never tell you the truth about God. From the time of Genesis up until now, there has always been nations round about us. And the battle amongst nations is whose God is going to triumph. So what do I mean by that? When Adam and Eve was in the garden, they was told you can learn of everything, but don't learn this information. And then that serpent, which was a man, came and said, you will be as a God, knowing good and evil. And instead of obeying God, they disobeyed God. And the difference between the God of the Bible and let's say like the God of the Quran or the God of Christianity or the God of Hinduism, he can actually punish you for disobedience or bless you for obedience. So just like any father, he gives rules and instructions. And it doesn't matter. Like right now, we as Israelites, I said this in an interview. If black people want to affect change, they should have an Israelite in every city, in every house, in every government, because we obey God's laws. Israelites are not drug dealers. Why? And we're around drug dealers. Like this answers your question. You said, why would he put us around? Because there's something called peer pressure. Adam and Eve failed peer pressure. Black and Hispanics fail peer pressure today, whether it's in their community or someone else's community. And what does peer pressure do? Peer pressure makes it seem like it's good to be a whore. Peer pressure makes it seem like it's good to get high, even though you're told not to. So if God told us what not to do, we can't get mad when there's elements around that are doing it because because now it's a battle of influence. So are you going to be influenced by them or are you going to be influenced by God? The problem with black people is we love to satisfy our flesh more than our spirit. And America provides extreme flesh satisfaction. No matter what you want to do to your flesh, you could do it in America. Now, you come amongst the Israelites, we say, nah, God didn't want that. God wants you to obey him. And then now we obey our spirit over our flesh. So God is never going to remove other nations from around. It's almost real pussy. Excuse my language. But it's, let me without using the P word, it's extremely effeminate to ask God to remove our enemies. It's more masculine to fight the enemies that are trying to come with you, because the God of your ancestors will fight with you. But if you don't even want to fight, you're like, God, please take them away from me. I don't need my enemies away from me. I can fight my enemies. And if you're not strong enough to fight, just come amongst us. And then the weak will be made strong. I hope I answered your question, brother.
Okay, I'm gonna say that you didn't answer it because I didn't really ask God to remove. I didn't say nothing about removing them. What I was asking, hold up, it's my turn, right? You say it's my turn, right? Mm-hmm. My turn. Hold on, listen to what I'm saying. Hear me out. You have a problem comprehending me throughout the show. Listen to me, Captain Tazaryach. What I'm saying is this right here. If the white people created all of this effery that black people are engaged in, why would you use them to punish us? That's like me using a robber. That's like me using a robber to punish a robber for robbing a store. What I'm saying is the people that would be punishing us would be guilty of the same crimes that. Now, I'm not saying, see, Captain Tazaryach, me and you must admit that I don't got to understand your God because he have a mysterious nature. So when I ask these questions, it's just coming from my lack of understanding of your God. There are several gods in the world people worship. I don't know the nature of yours. I'm picking your brain about it now. And my question is, what is the reasoning behind your God using a people that is more evil than us to punish us for being evil?
any nation that's around us, like most people look at it like he's using them, right? And I'm assuming you must have heard Israelites say that. That's why you make that statement. You would just have to show that in the scriptures, right? We become a prey because here's how the earth was created. As the nations was on the earth, all nations are trying to have their nations be number one. And I'm understanding your question, but like you just made the point to say you don't understand the nature of my God. That's why you don't understand the answers to my questions, because you don't understand the nature of my God. That's why I'm trying to tell you the Lord is a man of war. And this war is, if we obey him, we would be above all nations. The Lord created us to rule. Now, do you think the other nations want us to rule them? No, they don't. So now they put things in place to keep us under them. So the Lord ain't saying, I want, or I'm going to put this white man on you. The Lord ain't saying, I'm going to put this Arab on you. The Lord ain't saying, I'm going to put this Chinese on you. The Lord is telling the children of Israel to obey him, to rule them. And the reason why we're under them is because we're not obeying him. I can't make it any more simpler than that. That's how simple it is. The nations are meant to fight us.
I got you. So let me make sure I'm understand. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, and you could make sure you understand. I just want to put this question on the floor, and then you got it. What is your definition of manifest destiny?
Before I get off of this, there's something you just said, and I'm gonna answer that, right? You were saying that the last thing you just said was that the Lord ain't really putting them on us. They came upon us due to the actions we made that the Lord warned us not to make, correct?
Say that one more time. Wait.
So what you were saying was
is this another question? Can you give me the definition of manifest destiny first? You asked like 3 consecutive questions, and then we can get right back to it. I just want your definition.
Okay. It's a 19th century belief in the United States that American settlers were destined to expand westward across North America. That's the AI overview. Here's my overview. My overview will expound on that and give you a little bit more insight with what me personally, you said my definition. And my definition of it is in the words itself. It's the doctrine that the colonizer has the right to manifest his destiny, because his destiny is the will of the God of his religion. And that when he's taking a land from a person or punishing these people, that he's actually believed that he's carrying out the will of God. He think it's God's will for him to take these strangers' land, and that is God actually promised him the strangers' land. And so that right there in a nutshell is how you can take this AI overview a little deeper with our debate is first about. Yeah. Okay. But let me go. Can I go back to you said if I do that, you'll let me.
All right. I'll ask you. You're right. Go ahead.
Yeah, you said that the Lord then put the white man on us, because I was looking at it like we was bad, and the Lord basically used the white people as his like belt. Like, okay, I'm gonna show them a lesson. I'm gonna use this group to punish my people because they, they turned away from me. I thought there were scriptures that support that, because it said that you should be a slave under your brother or something like that. Don't get me to quoting scriptures now. Y'all got the Bible on deck. You'll pull it up if I give you a little of it, I'm sure. But there are scriptures that kind of support the idea that there was a group of people that would be oppressing us or some of that nature. And I think I've heard you guys mention those scriptures. So my whole point.
Okay, I'm listening, brother. Are you there, brother? Sanchez, I think you might have froze.
He froze.
All right, so we'll wait for Sanchez to come back. What I want to do real fast, though, is give me the start. No, I don't want you to show him. I just want to read it. I want to big up George Tate. He gifted Cross the Line Radio. Eternal 252 always donates in the super chat. We're gonna be where we're gonna be at in Detroit. Cause I find out where we're gonna be at in Detroit. Females should not called being I don't know what Kawan means with that. Shout out to Family Business with his super chat donation. Where's White Raptor? Not that one. He gave a donation. White Raptor, yeah. Yahweh is a man of war, but Numbers tells us that God is not a man. Isn't that a contradiction? We'll deal with that later. Put Canal Z's up there. Canal Z put up there, not gonna lie, Sanchez is showing decorum. Maybe he's high. I don't know. LOL. I'm gonna get a ticket. Can we get the info? How much and where? The ticket, if you're in the chat, the ticket is pinned at the top of Cross the Line Radio and Captain Tazaryach podcast. I believe it's $15. So you just want to click that link at the top, and then you want to go ahead and join. We're gonna wait for brother Sanchez.
While we wait,
good. I'm listening up.
Oh, I thought my mic was down. August 1st through the 4th, Thursday through Sunday. Thursday, August 1st, Roundtable of Truth. Also, there will be a breakfast and sip with Catma 13,000 Mawaquad, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Location is 12355 Grady Avenue. I probably said that wrong, but it's okay. Scripture breakdown with 12 Shield General Mahiman is 7 to 9 p.m. at the same address. This is all in Detroit, Michigan. And then a game night from 9 to 11 p.m. Friday, camp speaking, food and clothing giveaway, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. 1310 Cass Avenue, Detroit, Michigan. A real conversation with 13 Shield commanding General Yohana. Are demons real? And are they among us today? If y'all could hear me, man, fix that. Make sure you put the commanding in front of Commanding General Yohana here in that title. Time from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Location 12355 Grady Avenue. And then late night activities, 10 p.m. until whenever the hell these brothers want to get back in the crib. Location at they bar, R Bar 21530 Grady Avenue. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out to Messiah TV, so his donation as well. I tried to text the brother. I don't know if he got some technical difficulties or something like that, but we'll continue with the show. But if he does come back in it, we'll definitely, add him back to the platform. I thought it was going pretty good. I had to walk him down. That's why I call him Little Brother Sanchez. I had to get him the muscle to really get involved, man. You're supposed to get involved with it, man. No, I don't know. Maybe he ain't used to it, but hopefully he comes back. Do we got any callers on the line? Nope. Do we got anybody? Do we got anybody on the clubhouse stage that has? Oh, we're gonna try to give government another shot. Governor, I say government. That's funny. Governor, what's your question again?
I wanted to just get your understanding of Leviticus 5 and 3.
Okay, you gonna read it?
Yeah, I got you. Hold on for a second. Just the book of Leviticus, chapter 5 and verse 3, it says, or if he touch the uncleanness of man whatsoever uncleanness it be, that a man shall be defiled withal, and it be hid from him when he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty.
And what you want to know about it?
I want to know what y'all teach on it. It's a law.
Some things we don't go into detail on because we just have an understanding. Clean laws, we pretty much have an understanding. So it says, can we let me see if he's back. Okay, I'm gonna pause you again because the brother did come back. So we'll come back to it, Governor. Go ahead, mute your mic. Hey, you good? No problem.
Yeah. No. I'm just saying. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry about that, man. I lost my. Yeah,
it happens, man. Ain't no sweat, man. I think you were speaking first where we left off at. I think. I can ask you a question, but I think we left off. You was talking.
Yeah. Okay. So the last thing I think I was asking you was I was trying to clarify that I hear you right. You were saying that I was wrong that your God didn't put white people on us. White people came upon us as a result of our own disobedience to God, correct?
Yeah, and the reason why we use that is because accountability. So here's a question. and you answering this question may help you understand why we make that statement. Should black people not hold themselves accountable?
Yeah, I definitely think that accountability, and I think that the people that's suppressing us should hold themselves accountable too.
I agree with that too. Now, do you think now, and I know you said you don't know too much about the God that I serve, but do you think?
Well, I don't understand. Well, and that's another thing I wanted to clarify. We can go into that too. I'm gonna ask you some more questions about what I said
Well, let me
about
just
not.
okay.
Okay,
Well,
no
let's
problem.
get past this part, and then you could go ahead and ask me that. So now, do you believe that the God that I serve holds us accountable?
Far as what I know about you guys is doctrine,
Mm-hmm.
what y'all teaching the ISUPK,
Mm-hmm.
I would say that the accountability in y'all's doctrine
Mm-hmm.
would be one-sided, because I would see that the press group that we saying black people, they would be definitely being held accountable, and would be so held accountable that they would be punished for like hundreds and hundreds of years, where you got Jewish rabbis doing oral circumcisions right now. They ain't really getting punished yet. So what I would say
No, what I'm
is,
asking you is,
no, I'm not answering you.
okay.
What I'm saying is, your God do have an accountability program, but he's just not equal with it. He don't hold everybody accountable for what they doing. That's my answer.
So does God hold us accountable, meaning children of Israel accountable?
He seemed to only hold us accountable. Yeah,
Okay, so now if he holds us accountable, break down to me what that looks like. God,
I would say that the Bible itself, and this is even beyond ISUPK. I'm from the Bible Belt and was raised in the church. One thing I do know about the Bible is that it does have a built-in karma system, to where the wages of sin is death. That's the accountability. I mean, you're gonna be punished for what you're doing. If you're partaking in sin, it's gonna automatically lead to death. Like somebody saying, "Hey, man, if you eat that poison, you're gonna die." And it ain't that the person saying it got to do nothing to you. It's that your disobedience to what they said caused you to die. So I'm comprehending the concept.
No, what I'm saying, but what does that look like? Like, if he's holding us accountable, what does that look like?
I just said it. Was I wrong? That ain't what accountability is. That the wages of sin is death, or that if you do something, it's like a parent saying, if you make F's on your report card, you getting your butt whooped. And the Bible saying, if you sin, it's gonna be death. That's how I was looking at it.
So it would require us as a nation to stop sinning, to no longer be held accountable for that sin, right?
It requires us to stop sinning to no longer be held accountable for it. Yeah, you can't keep practicing the same thing and then say that you holding yourself accountable. That's right. Backwards. So, how you hold? Yeah,
exactly. So if God is holding us accountable, and whether we do good or bad, he holds. If we're good, he holds us accountable. If we're bad, he holds us accountable. If we're continuously not doing what he said, wouldn't he continuously hold us accountable in that regard?
Yes, I totally disagree with that. My point was, why wouldn't he hold the people hanging us accountable too? Because they're more evil than us. Because my point was, yes, your God have an accountability program. I'm not denying that. I'm saying he don't hold everyone accountable. The people that's actually punishing us, which is our accountability program, they have no accountability program. And if you ask me, they're more evil than us. And I don't understand that. That goes back to the other part when I was saying I don't understand the nature of your God, because that don't make sense to me. Maybe you can make it make sense.
Yeah, that's why I was asking about accountability, because if we have not obeyed that God, we have not given him a reason. And you can see that in the Bible, in the book of Exodus, in various other places. When we obey that God and was accountable with obedience, we were delivered. We are not obeying God with accountability of deliverance. We're disobeying him. We have not. You would have to show me where we have obeyed the God of the Bible for him to stop what's happening to us. Even in 2024, we're still trying to find ways to obey the white man and to not obey God.
Can I ask you a question?
Facts.
Is salvation an individual thing or a group thing? Because when you say we and obeying God, I'm going to say some Christians are obedient and some Christians are disobedient. My question to you is, do the disobedient apples, the rotten apples, do they spoil a whole bunch, or is salvation an individual thing to where if I'm being obedient to God, doing what I'm supposed to do, just like my mom and daddy, I won't get a butt whipping. But if my brother acted up in class, is every man for themselves, because I'm not in his classroom. We got to both listen to what mom and daddy said when we get in each other classrooms. If he get a phone call from the teacher, he get a whooping, not me. So I thought salvation was an individual thing, but you keep on, the confusion I'm getting from you is you're making it like a group thing, like we weren't obedient. And I'm saying that there were always obedient Christians and disobedient ones.
I don't really know no obedient Christians.
Have you met every Christian in the world?
I can say that Christians as a whole do not obey God. So if you go by your logic about what you said, you had brought up that some of our brothers and sisters were hung. So maybe they were disobedient and the ones that wasn't hung was obedient, if I was to go by your logic. And then you're going to say, which I'm going to agree with you, is the ones that got hung was hung unjustly. And I'm going to agree with you.
Well, I didn't say that. You saying a lot what you think I'm going to say. You just let me say it, but okay.
I'm pretty sure you would say, and when it's your time to respond, you can say I wouldn't say that when we go through it, I think there's a book called 100 Years of Lynching. We will find that black people were hung for things that they did not do that deserved.
Oh, yeah, man.
Right. That's why so I was right then. So I was right.
So, and I'm saying that we both can agree that there's always, whenever you have any kind of like, even in a prison right now, there's some guys up in there that didn't do nothing. But
right.
my question would go back to, why wouldn't God hold the people accountable that unjustly punished a person? Why wouldn't they be held accountable?
Right. I got you. Yes. Right. So I want to first finish answering your initial question, and then I'll do that one. We get judged as a nation. That was my point in saying all of that. We don't get judged as individuals. If it's 10 of us in the room and God tells us to obey God, all 10 of us has to obey. And the risk of one disobeying God can cause us to fall. That's black people. So it doesn't matter if you find a good Israelite, a good Christian. I'm using Christian because that's the word you used earlier. So I didn't want to use Israelite. If we're disobeying God, we would not get out of this condition. Here's the proof. When you talk about is salvation an individual thing, ISBK, we don't suffer the things that our black people suffer. We're not suffering abortion. We're not suffering homosexuality. We're not suffering drug addiction. We're not suffering abuse. We're not suffering sexual abuse. We're not suffering those things. But the difference between us and black people, I'm saying, or us and regular black people, is we're obeying God. So in this captivity, we're not getting shot. We're not getting falsely arrested. We're not being victims or being punished by the crimes that you see our other brothers and sisters doing. So now what we're saying is that if we want to stop this, because your answer is, how does this stop? So excuse me, one of your questions is, how does this stop? So we want the answer to that. As a nation, we have to stop doing it. So yes, you can individually not suffer what another brother suffers, but as a nation, we suffer. We just saw the sister Sonia Massey just suffer oppression. So now we should all be wondering, how do we get out of this condition? I do want to read one scripture. This is Isaiah 59:1. It says, behold, the Lord's hand is not short that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear. Verse 2. But your iniquities have separated between you and your God, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear. So we can talk to God all we want in our mind, but if we're sinning against that God, he does not hear anything that we're saying.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, you don't have to keep saying that.
Yeah. I was just saying that to make sure you were done. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
you were done.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
So
when you say that salvation is a collective thing, not an individual thing, and that it basically, if one of us sin, all of us get punished for that sin. That's kind of how it is in the military, in the army. I get it. And my thing with that, what the problem I would have with that is, would that mean that all of the prophets of old went to hell? Because it was always Christian sinning. So that means if everyone had to do good in order for us to see the light of heaven, then until every Christian stops sinning, do all Christians go to hell?
Well, we don't believe in dying and going to hell. Hell is right here.
Well, let me rephrase that. Until every Christian stops sinning, all Christians get punished.
We don't believe that we're Christians. So, and the reason why I have to say it like that,
not even Christians, I'll say this then.
Israelite.
Until all Israelites stop sinning, all Israelites get punished.
I don't want to make it absolute that every single Israelite has to stop sinning, because I don't think the Most High deal in absolutes like that. But what I will say is that it's not enough of us serving the Most High, which would be a better example. If you look at Black people today, we're number one per capita in every form of wickedness that you see. Being an Israelite is a minority. Like, being an Israelite is getting popular now, but you notice you don't never hear them stories of Israelites going to jail and prisons and stuff like that. You don't hear that. You don't see them.
I heard one the other day, somebody came on the show and played a news story of a Israelite that was charged with some crazy stuff, but I ain't gonna, bring all that up.
No. When I'm not making that absolute. I'm making a comparison between people that are blacks that are Israelites and blacks that are not, because every man got to seek their own salvation, but the Most High is waiting on enough of us to redeem those that would follow him. And it's not enough. When we go out there on them street corners, and you like to always say we be yelling on the corners, with like Isaiah 58:1 says to sigh and cry, lift up your voice like a trumpet. So we're calling our people to repentance, but our people don't want to repent. At the same way you talking about this oppressor or this white man and this white supremacy, our people love this white supremacy, unless you can show me where they don't. And so we actually become enemies to our own people. When we go to our people and say stop sinning, stop breaking the commandments, stop doing this, they all don't want to do it. They all would rather serve white supremacy, which is kind of ill when you say we support white supremacists when Black people hate us because we won't join America.
Well, I would say this, man. I think you taking what I'm saying out of context. I'm not saying, I said that your ideology, your message, the reason behind we are at the bottom, your reason behind that is why I'm blaming you or supporting white supremacy. And I'm giving you that, Tazaryach. I want you to write that down, because that's going to be my main thing in this debate.
You want me to write down
my main thing in the debate that's coming, why I'm blaming y'all for white supremacy, and I don't mind giving you this one because I do want it to be a good debate. I want you to know what angle I'm going to come from. I ain't trying to catch you off guard or nothing like that. When I blame y'all for being the face of white supremacy, why I chose that title, it was inspired by when people ask y'all on these streets, like, why are our people the ones so oppressed? Why is it just us that they targeting? And your answer to our people is, we turned away from God and all that. But the people that God using to oppress us never turned toward God. They evil than us. They more evil than us. And
right.
So I'm saying, if you're going to say that we our own blame for our own oppression because we didn't do right, well, the people that's punishing us don't never do right. And my thing is just a big contradictory ideology that supports a white supremacist viewpoint, which is to blame the victim and they off the hook.
So now here's a let's say if we wasn't talking about the Bible, right, but we still in this condition, right? If you gather people together, wouldn't know, in order to overcome any oppression, wouldn't those people have to know the root of the problem, and wouldn't they have to be unified to get out of it? Yes or no?
I think that's a no-brainer. No, that's a good.
Right. So now, if we've tried to unify under everything. We've tried to unify under the Martin Luther King nonsense, which led to more death. We tried to unify under Islam, which is another God. Tried to unify under Black Panthers. So when we point out the problems or condition that we're in, you always bring up that the other nations are winning. They're not winning because they're not winning so much because a God we put them over us. They're winning because they're more unified than us. You know what they're unified under? They're unified under the belief that white is supreme, African is supreme, Arab is supreme, Chinese is supreme. And so they deal with other nations, but they don't sell their ethnicity so short. I'll give you examples. I'm going to use that Kamala Harris. I don't know what you feel about Kamala Harris, but Kamala Harris has a so-called Black father, which when you look at the grandfather, that's a white man. Has an East Indian mother. So for all intents and purposes, she's not Black, but because she make collard greens, because she said they not like us, because she had hot sauce, we sell our Blackness so short. Bill Clinton cheated on his woman, smoked weed and played jazz. He's Black. Eminem is the greatest rapper alive. When you don't see that in reverse, you don't see white people calling a Black person the greatest country singer alive. They're going to keep it white. They're going to say, what's the Taylor Swift? They're going to say ain't nobody better than Taylor Swift. They're not going to give up their heritage at the expense of bringing somebody else over on top of them, whereas we do. That's all we do. So the reason why we're on the bottom ain't so much just because we're disobeying God. It's because we sell our culture. Even if you take God out of the equation, Black people sell being Black so short. We sell it for nothing. What does it even mean? If a white person grows up with Black people, he can now say nigga. He can call her. Eminem said nigga and called a Black woman a bitch, and that's cool because he can rap good. We don't have any value in ourselves. So when Israelites come and bring value, it'd be amazing to me how we're supporting white supremacy when everything we're about is to defeat white supremacy. We're not doing okay. No, you good.
Yeah, once again, Cap, I want to be clear that when I say y'all support white supremacy, not by action, by ideology. All right, I'm gonna go over this one more time, right? Because I don't know what y'all do behind closed doors. I only watch y'all on YouTube, brother. So me trying to phrase a debate title behind what y'all do in them streets would be a suicide for me. My whole debate title was the message that you telling our people for why they at the bottom is saying they turned away from God. And I disagree with that. I think that don't nobody serve God more than Black people. I think we the most praying people on the planet. I just disagree with it.
But then when you say we're the most praying people on the planet, let me give you a scripture. And this is why. This is what makes the Israelites the treasure and Christianity the trash. Because the Christian church, like you said, they praying, they doing all of that, right? So now let me give you a scripture, right? I want to show you. And it's specifically about prayer, right? Bear with me 1 second. I just want to make sure I got the exact.
Don't nobody serve God like our people, man.
No, they don't. We don't even serve God. We don't. No, we don't. We don't serve God. We serve white Jesus. We do not serve God. This is Proverbs 28:9. This is what the Lord said, and this is why our prayers don't work. It says, he that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. The Christian church said Christ died and took the law away. Christians do not keep the law. So when Christians pray, their prayer is an abomination to God. He don't even want to hear it. So Christian, you tell me how Christians are obeying God when Christians believe Jesus is God, number one, and Jesus is not God. Jesus is white to them. They celebrate Christmas, go to church on Sunday, say God took away the laws. None of that is in the Bible. When you follow the Israelites, then your prayers become heard. Then your prayers are not abominations. Every Christian that prays, their prayer is an abomination to God.
Let me ask you a question. So when you bring up Christmas and all that, what Christians do,
Right.
Those are what I call learned traditions. But when I was talking about people serving God, I'll use my grandma for example, right? Well, let me not bring up any personal.
I was about to bring up my grandma. When you said your grandma, I was about to bring up my grandma, but go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, in the South, you will see people that strive day to day to live by those commandments and to be a good person, to have a good heart, to treat a brother right. They'll strive, and it's a task, it ain't gonna be hard. It ain't gonna be easy. But what I'm saying is, you will see sweet people, and they, that with good hearts they will die embodying the spirit, what we call the spirit of Christ, the compassion of, or this energy that Christ had, the standard he was trying to set onto how our people should treat each other, not like how we should treat the enemy. Because I agree with Hebrew Israelites that compassion don't extend to everybody. We talking about this group of people. Now check this out, right? Don't you think that there are a lot of Christians though that do and have good hearts, that are striving to be a good person and all that, but despite them having Christmas trees and all that, you telling me a person's traditions will still make them fall out of favor with God, even though if they're a good-hearted person, treating their people with respect and doing all that just because of Christmas tree?
So now Romans 10:1 says, brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. Right? So you have a lot of us. When you brought up your grandma, I was going to bring, my grandfather was a pastor. Like that's my stock, so to speak. So my grandfather was a pastor. My father and my uncles used to sing in the choir. I could sing a little bit, got a little voice, Woo. Now let me stop. So I grew up like in that Christian background. So yes, but you gotta remember this, because you said, is he going to break the traditions? That tradition is tied in idolatry. The first and greatest commandment is to love God with all thy might, soul, and strength. You can't go to God for prayer, but then go to another God for worship. And then the God that you go to prayer, you don't worship. So it ain't just the Christmas tree, because like you said, that could be a tradition. Sunday service is tradition. But you know what Sunday service is? Sunday service is when some people came and said, we're not going to serve God on the day that he said. We're going to serve on the day that he didn't say. All them people in the South, all of them eat pork. All of them eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. These are things that God said not to do. And this is why he doesn't hear us. We want a God to look at our righteousness over our wickedness. When God is requiring us to repent, Ecclesiastes 12:12 says, I think it's 12:12 says, hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep the commandments. Nobody fears God. We disrespect God and shit on Christ's death every single day when we disobey them commandments. And so because of that disobedience, if we just repented, and listen, the Bible teaches itself. Nobody has to believe anything I'm saying. Just observe the Israelites that y'all are calling loud. You're not going to call the Israelites that are loud murderers, thieves, robbers, prostitutes, pimps, drug addicts, or drug users. You're not going to call twerking. You ain't going to see you're not going to see the Israelites committing the sins that you see the Christian church doing. The Christian church is run by homosexuals. Majority, because you got some Christians that don't. Majority of Christians allow a homosexual to lead the choir, choreograph the choir, lead the praise dance, all these things which should be for women. You had that sister. You just had a sister. I'm gonna land right here. I just want to highlight this black woman real quick, Brother Sanchez, if you don't mind. I want to highlight this sister.
Talking about son
Kim Burrell. No, not son. Kim Burrell. Kim Burrell was preaching against the community. Now all of a sudden she apologized and talk about she got to forgive that sin. And that's the problem. Because even in the New Testament, go ahead. No, you got to go.
Who is this sister, Kim Burrell? Was she said she was preaching against the ISUPK?
No, no. Kim Burrell was preaching against homosexuality.
Oh, my bad.
And then she stopped and said she's not going to preach against homosexuality, even though God is against homosexuality. So the Christian church and Christians themselves hate God. They do not love God. Love is an action. It's like in any relationship. If you're in a relationship with somebody and they say, I love you, your brain is immediately going to go to what they do, not what they say. You got it, brother.
Do the Hebrew Israelites need all of the black Christians to start behaving correctly for them to be saved?
Well, nobody is saved right now. You have to endure to the end. But what I will say is that the Israelites want all of the children of Israel to repent. That's what Christ said.
I feel you. But don't the Bible say everybody ain't going to be saved, even though God want everybody to be saved? It just ain't going to happen. Everybody ain't going to make it through them pearly gates.
You would have to show me. You would have to show me where God says that. You'll see there's a verse that.
Okay, so is everybody in the world going to make it to heaven?
Okay. Yes, yes. No, let me. No.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
I was going to cut the other nations out because I was initially going to say other nations are not going to be in the kingdom, but they are. So here's how the kingdom of heaven will be. The kingdom of heaven will be all of the Israelites that serve God and endure to the end. They will be what we would today call the first class citizens. The other nations, like let's say an African, a Chinese, an Arab, a white, they would be what we would call third class citizens is what they would be. So all nations will technically be in the kingdom, but you'll have a ruling class and you'll have a serving class in the kingdom. And that'll be here on earth. None of us are dying and going into the kingdom at all.
You know, maybe I should stop using the word go to heaven. Can we just use the word salvation? Because different people got their own definitions of what salvation is. It can be going to heaven. It can be it can be boom, boom, boom. So I'll leave that up for you. And what I'll ask you is
salvation
this.
Is fine. Yes, salvation.
And what I'll ask you is this.
Mm-hmm.
In order for the Hebrew Israelites, because y'all are doing the right thing, in order for y'all to receive y'all salvation, do all of these gay churches got to get on board, or they messing y'all up?
I don't think I want no gay church, Shalaka. I don't think I want no gay church at all. But I'm gonna answer it the same way. Christ said to go preach repentance. So we preach repentance to all the children of Israel. So the salvation that we're pushing for is for the children of Israel. We're not pushing for salvation for any other race of people. So if you're an Israelite, then God or Christ died for you.
I get that. But what I was saying, you said that you want all of your black brothers and sisters to be saved. That's what the ISUPK
That's my heart's desire.
And I'm saying if that's not the case, will Captain Tazaryach still receive his salvation? Even if Eddie Long want to continue doing all that wickedness, will Yahushua still gives Captain Tazaryach his salvation because Captain did the right thing?
Okay, so one thing I won't ever do is put myself. I'll answer the question. I just won't use it as me getting in there because I don't want to boast myself like that. But what I will say is, no. It's just for a humility position. I would never want to boast myself like that. But what I will say is, for a brother or sister that endures to the end when Christ returns, he or she will be allowed to be in that kingdom, and that homosexual, that thief, that murderer, whoever is sinning against God will not make it. Like they'll come a cut. There is a cutoff time. Like when in Matthew 24 and 13, when it says, he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. When that cutoff time comes, if you're not serving God, even if you're an Israelite, you will be punished.
Now, Captain, then earlier you say that salvation was a collective thing and it wasn't based on an individual. Because what you saying now is that the gay dude gonna be punished, but you ain't, because you didn't do nothing. That would make salvation an individual thing, meaning that different individuals will get blessed or cursed based upon their own individual deeds, and it's not a collective act. So now I'm confused.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what I said, verbatim. And when you go back and watch the tape, you'll see. I said each man got to seek their own salvation, but he's waiting on enough of us as a nation to redeem those who follow him and start over. That was my answer.
Okay, so he's waiting on exactly how many of us? You got a specific number before he can make that move?
No, and if you remember, I said Israelites are the minority. The sinners are the majority. So we love to sin more than we love to be righteous. So now what that number is not for me to, I don't know that number. I couldn't give you that number. The only number we know that's exact is 144,000, which just represents the ruling class. That's the only number we know for exact. But to know a number that he's waiting for, I couldn't give that to you. But I did say he's waiting on enough of us. I didn't say everyone like that. So I didn't contradict myself, just to make sure. Before you go, wait, before you go, I just want to do something real quick. Just remember, y'all, I didn't want you to take that link down, but go back to the start. Just remember, y'all watching the weigh-in with Captain Tazaryach and Brother Sanchez. If you haven't followed, you want to click the link at the top on my channel. I believe Brother Sanchez pinned it on his channel, and Cross the Line Radio. This debate between myself and Brother Sanchez will be this Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Central on Sinetta Studios platform. It's a $15 charge. You want to support Brother Sanchez. You want to support me. You want to support Sinetta. This is going to be a good debate. We're having this weigh-in. We're even 20 minutes past the time. He and I think agreed to an hour, but I knew he would stay on a little longer because we're having a good Discord and a good dialogue. So make sure y'all support. I want to shout out my super chat. Shout out to Eric Brewer. T. Riggle said, Captain lying about singing. I ain't lying about singing. I can sing. Ronnie Tolbert, we'll get to one of y'all questions. Just Starting Pink said this will be an excellent debate. There's a lot of facts spoken. Money Boy said, if this is the weigh-in, this now Sanchez, this is why I'm saying I want you, if you look on my channel, put that on the screen, Money Boy Troy. This is why we have these weigh-ins, Brother Sanchez. If you happen to be looking at my channel, Money Boy said, if this is the weigh-in, I'm definitely watching the debate. Great points from both. And that's why we have these weigh-ins, Sanchez. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that, Money Boy.
Yeah, that's so you can see why we do these weigh-ins and stuff like that. Because if we just put it up and just put your face in my face, yeah, you're known in the YouTube world. I'm known in the YouTube world. But they will want to see us have a discourse so they can get something to go on. Okay, they going in. He got this position. He got that position. So that's why we have, weigh-ins. Again, I'm a teacher. You know what I mean? Big brother, All right, now the floor is yours.
That's what's up. Salutes, Cap, and appreciate that to Money Boy. So you said, now these things ain't really like me trying to really attack you. I'm just trying to understand here. Now you said that the Bible say 144,000 people gonna be saved. That's
no, not 144,000 people gonna be saved. It says it's sealing 144,000 from each tribe. That's just the represents the governing body. Because when you read verse 9 in that same chapter, it says, I saw a multitude which could not be numbered. Put you on game. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So y'all don't think that that's dealing with 144,000 faithful Christians?
Hell no.
That's the Okay, well, I'll move on from that one. Cool. I'll move on from that one. No problem.
Appreciate
now, you said that your God is a man of war. I want to deal with that term man.
Right.
Because I hear a lot of guys say, I fear no man but God. And I'd be like, man, is God is a man? That's just something I hear a lot that I wanted to pick your brain about. Is God a literal man, or is there a bigger meaning behind God is a man of war? Because I have my own theories about that.
Got you. It don't mean a man like you and I, because he's above you and I, but it's just saying that's his spirit, that's his vibe. You know, we only have man and woman. That's like from a human's logic. You have a woman's logic, which it's emotional and, you know, subjective. You know, women ain't gonna like that, but it's just true. And then you have a man, which is conquering, strategic, not as emotional. You know what I mean? So when it says man of war, it's not saying man like me and brother Sanchez, not man like that, but just his vibe, his spirit, what he's about. So the Lord is about warfare. He's not afraid of conflict. He don't see you struggling and say, let me just help him. He gonna tell you what to do.
I understand.
You understand?
I was just picking on that word man because I know different people may have different interpretations. A person may say, hey, if you look at that in the Hebrew, it really means Lord or something like that. But that's neither here nor there. I'm going to now ask you for something that's going to be a bit more turn up and kind of crank it up a bit.
Yeah, let's go.
Now, I hear you talk about white supremacy. You said Kamala wasn't a black woman. I agree with you.
Okay. Drop a bomb for him on that.
You also say you speak as if your God have a problem with white people. Now, I don't want to put your man's involved right here. Your man over here on the show. Salutes to him, by the way, because I see him in a lot of videos. He's famous. I still haven't.
That's right.
Salutes to. I want to say, if your God got a problem with these so-called white people, when he come and punish them, right, with thermonuclear weapons, I hear some of the ISUP say, will he also attack your friend next to you? Now, you don't got to answer this. I'm going to
answer. Go ahead. Listen, if Tazaryach make it, he going to be the arrow that shoots directly probably at your ass. No, let me stop.
I'm your black brother, man. Come on now. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just throwing a joke in there, man. Like, what I want to say before I answer this question, I wish brothers would like update their way to attack us, right? Because this is getting.
No, I ain't trying to attack them. I'm trying to understand.
No problem. I'm gonna help you out. But now you started off by saying that you and I agree that Kamala Harris is not a black person, right?
No, not by the definition of black people and the whole FBA movement going on and all that. They'll crucify me.
Okay, so mine ain't based on FBA. Mine.
Okay, yeah, mine ain't either. It's just based more on, black people got the right to define who one of theirs or not. And based upon the black people I affiliate with, they don't really claim her, even though we know that a lot of lost black people do. Me and you agree on that.
Yeah, we definitely agree on that. So this is what kills also when I haven't heard you say this tonight. So when I make this statement, it ain't got nothing to do with you. This also kills the notion when they say that ISUBK is a black supremacy group, because
I don't think you are.
No, that's why I said I ain't talking about you. That's why I said I excluded you from it. We don't base who our people is based on the color of their skin, their hair texture, their eye color, their height, their width, their weight. We base it on who your father is. Like, I'll give you an example. Bob Marley, to a lot of people, is a black person. He's a Jamaican, West Indian. There's nobody more yardie than him. For us, he's a white man because his father is an old white man that had sex with a black woman. So for us, what your complexion is, like we call white people white because that's what they call themselves. Biblically speaking, they would be Edomites. So we don't go by a complexion at all. Colorism is something that came into America and plagues us to this day, where you're highlighting my brother Tazaryach. But when I grew up, I got a twin sister, right? Now, both my parents is black. My grandparents is black. My great grandparents is black. My sister is lighter than me. We're twins. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can find. I don't know if I could find this picture. I'm gonna see if I can find this picture of me and my sister when we was little. But if you was to see my sister is light, and they would say, Cap, you gotta have some white in you, not understanding that black people come in many different shades of brown. Our Puerto Rican brothers come in many different shades of brown. Your complexion
is Kamala Harris a shade of brown?
Of East Indian descent. She's a shade, like her grandfather, like Kamala Harris's father. Excuse me, let me say it right. Kamala Harris's father's father is a white man. That's why we call him white. It has nothing to do. If Kamala Harris' father's father was black, no matter how evil Kamala is, we wouldn't say she's not black. Just like Barack Obama, we call him African, because Barack Obama has an African father, not a black father. So we don't base it on the complexion or anything like that. If you're ethnically an Israelite, and for ISBK, for your listening audience, because my listening audience already knows this, if you're black, Hispanic, or Native Indian ethnically, then you're our brother or sister. If you're not black, Hispanic, or Native Indian ethnically, then you're not our brother. So we don't look at a person, and let's say if a person has blue eyes or something, we don't automatically say, hey, you're not my brother. We don't say that, because the Bible don't say that. The Bible don't say you're an Israelite.
So basically anybody can join y'all if they living by the guidelines and following being obedient to, like.
No.
Okay.
Anybody can be a part of us if their father's side is part of us. So you can know a scripture, you can want to donate, you can do whatever it is that you want. But if your daddy is not a man, right, or listen, if your daddy is white, African, Chinese, Arab, or any other tribe that's not the tribe of Israel, you are not an Israelite.
Okay. So now let me ask you this. So you saying Israelites don't really discriminate by skin tone, but do your God discriminate on people by skin tone?
No,
because
there's no verse that God discriminates by skin tone.
Okay. So who are the group of people that's gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear weapons when Yahweh shall return?
So that's gonna be Esau predominantly, which today
will they be identified by skin tone? How would they?
They wouldn't be identified by skin tone. They would call themselves white. So it would be whites. Any other nation, the powers that join themselves to the white, so African nations, Arab nations, Chinese nations. So any nation that's joined themselves to fight against the Christ and the angels, they're gonna get destroyed. So it ain't gonna just be white looking people. It's gonna be all kinds of looking people that's gonna get destroyed.
Should the ISUPK go out there and start to like engage into some sort of physical combat with the so-called enemy, or should they stand by and wait for their God to come back and handle everything? Because I always confuse, or is it a mixture of both kind of?
Well, I disagree with the latter part. The first part, what I mean by that is no, we should not go out there. According to the laws of the land, everybody has the right to defend themselves. So if someone attacks you, you have the right to defend yourself. If that means in their unaliving, then so be it. If it means in their harming or injury, then so be it. But to go out and actively say, hey, we're going to go out and start unaliving people, no, that's not what we do. But we're also not waiting for anything. That's why I brought up, like in New York City and Harlem specifically, we're damn near the ambassadors out here. Like in Harlem, if something happens or before something happens, we're the ones that they're contacting for preventative measures to stop black people from harming each other. They want us to police the neighborhood. That's what they asked the Israelites to do. So that's more so what we do. So we wouldn't say that we actively go out there to harm anybody. No, you have the right to defend yourself, and we're not waiting for Christ to return to do anything. We're doing it now.
Okay. So now this group of people that have been oppressing us for over 400 years, It's the wrath of God coming to them one day. And I want to ask you a question out that based on that. So this group of people who we talking about that's the group that you're calling the white man or this white devil.
Edomites. Yeah, I call them Edomites.
Okay, so you are addressing him with an adjective that is based on his skin color, right?
No, Edomite has nothing to do with skin tone.
So you can be a white man, but you can still be brown skinned, right?
Listen, an Edomite can look black. Like that's why, like Bob Marley doesn't.
That's confusing. Yeah, that's confusing.
But doesn't Bob Marley look black? Yes or no?
And by our definition of black man, he would be treated like a nigga. If the police pulled him over, he wouldn't treat him like a Klan's brother. Trust me, he'll treat him like a black man. But I'm just saying.
No, I got you. But to us, meaning us as Israelites, that's a white man.
Now, I don't know if he'll get treated like that, is why I'm saying it's confusing.
I'm not saying, remember, you said when God comes back. So we talk about what God would do, not what we would do. So if you talk about,
that's probably why it's so hard for people to, like, our people to get on board with the Hebrew Israelites message, because we've been under the ideology that the white man has been oppressing us. And when we say white man, they directly talking about the people that hung us on trees in the South. Wasn't black, it wasn't Bob Marley, it wasn't African men. They looked at like Tazaryach. I hope he don't mind me using him for example. He's just on the scene. Salutes to him, by the way.
Yeah, kind of. That's some funny shit.
I'm just saying though, but you see why I'm saying it's confusing for our people, because when they say the white devil like you, they're talking about white skin. But you're not necessarily talking about that. You can be talking about a jet black.
You know, in the Bible, Christ said to the Pharisees, "Ye are of your father, the devil," and he was talking to black people when he said it, and he was talking about their obedience to the white man. So just because you're called a devil does not mean that you have to be white. It's a lot of devils out there today that do not look.
I agree with you.
Right, that do not look.
But when you say white devil, that's an adjective. That's what I was saying. When I hear that adjective, I automatically think skin tone. But you taught me something, big bro. I'll give it to you.
I appreciate it.
I know there can be different color devils, but I didn't know there can be different color white devils.
Yeah, well, if there could be different color devils, then white would be a part of that different color, and they don't look like Tazaryach. Like a lot of, you know what's funny? Like I wish y'all could have Tazaryach's life. If y'all had Tazaryach's life, and this, and before
don't make that wish, because Tazaryach like you.
No, you don't even know what I'm going to say. Wait, but no. See that's the problem, and I'm glad that I said that, because Tazaryach, y'all be looking at Tazaryach, and what I want to say before I talk about Tazaryach's life is that when y'all make that statement, y'all show how y'all are so mentally oppressed, as if we don't know that light-skinned black men and women was hated over colorism. And so when you bring up this white supremacy that you're talking about, every time you bring up Tazaryach's skin tone, you show that you support white supremacy and that I don't. You know how I know you support white supremacy? You're judging Tazaryach off of his skin tone.
I'm not judging him.
Yes, you are. You calling him white. His father, hold up, wait 1 second. Okay, his father is darker than me. His father is darker than me.
I'm not judging him, man.
Yes, you are. Everything that you're saying about Tazaryach is because of his complexion. You don't know him. You don't know his life background.
I didn't say nothing about. I shouldn't. That's why I'm.
You did, brother. I'm not saying this as a bad thing.
I asked you. Listen. Let me interject here, Captain Zaga. I think you think I'm judging him. I don't even think.
No, you're not judging him.
Okay. I thought you said I was judging him. My bad.
No. Yeah. The way you looking at Tazaryach is based.
It's the way the white America trained me to look at him like a white man. That's why I said you taught me something.
Hey, please.
I admitted that. Wait. Clip that.
Okay, that's what listen, you know me, nigga. That's what I'm about to do. That's what I'm highlighting.
Listen, let me double down on it.
Hold on. No, don't double down. Just let me get this teaching point out. Y'all heard what Sanchez said? I'm basing it off of what the white man taught me. with
The
Sanchez.
white man taught me white people have a certain skin.
Why you scared to let me finish?
Oh, I ain't scared. I was just trying to expound on what you
finish. I'm about. Listen, this is one of the many body bags of tonight. You just proved how you support white supremacy. You support white supremacy so much that your mind is blinded from looking at a person based on their ethnicity, instead of their color. Whereas what we do listen, Hebrews 5:12 says,
can I get the mic though? You've been talking a minute. Let me interject real quick.
I would have been done if you didn't interrupt me. I know it hurt.
No, I said the statement. I wanted to expound on it real quick. You got carried away by it.
No, you gotta, Sanchez. You talking a lot. I want to get this part out that you brought out about my book and colorism. Just let me give me 90 seconds at least.
Oh, that's too damn long, man. I gotta go, man.
Nah, don't go yet. Don't go.
You've been talking for 90 seconds, man.
I have not talked.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here, man. This been a I give you 30 seconds, man. This is because we talking too much about something you said that I'm not judging. If I'm not judging them, let me continue.
No, but you ain't letting me answer. You brought up Tazaryach's complexion. I've been trying to answer that, and that's what you keep interrupting.
But the reason why I brought it up was to make a point that you won't let me make because you stuck. Hold on, real quick. We talking over each other. Real quick, settle down. And we finna give you the mic because you've been talking for the last 2 minutes about Tazaryach. All I was doing was trying to question. I hear Hebrews go in on a white man a lot. Now, Captain Tazaryach, you're gonna act like we haven't been taught that the white man is a person with white skin, like Tazaryach. So that's what I'm saying. If you know that millions of black people think that, why are you acting so shocked now about me saying that? Hold up, you cutting me off. It's that when I said that I'm just like every other black person, when I hear white man, I think a dude with white skin. You're the first person to tell me, no, Sanchez, us Hebrew Israelites don't mean that a person got white skin when we say white devil or white man. I didn't know that.
So now I'm gonna teach you.
I didn't know that.
What you proved is that you support white supremacy. That's all you proved. Pull up. I'm gonna give you an example. Pull up Lena Horne. Now I'm gonna show you a teaching example.
He said I support white supremacy.
Pull up Lena Horne.
So I support white supremacy because I think that a white man got white skin.
I just want to finish. Just let me finish.
I'm just trying to clarify. You pulling up something. I'm trying to ask you why you pull it up.
Just give me one
because I'm confused on how I support white supremacy. Is it because I think that white devil means a person with white skin? Because I'm thinking about the person that hung us on trees. The people that was oppressing us in the South, they were white-skinned people. You know what I'm saying? She's Creole looked like. That looked like Louisiana Creole, like a black woman whose family was raped and all that.
Is her father black or white?
I don't know that. That's before my time, nigga. I'm young. That's black and white.
Now, the reason why I brought let me get this out now. The reason why I brought this up is because Lena Horne was called white too, even though she has a black father. So when you try to
call the white,
I
knew she wasn't white.
I just want to finish. She was called white almost her whole life because she has a white mother, black father. She looks like a white woman, so she was called white. My sister was called white because she was light-skinned. You're saying that the white man taught you what white is and what black is. And what I'm saying is...
That ain't what I said.
That is what you said. Listen, brother, you just said you was taught...
Those were not my words, though. My word, what I said was that... hold on.
No, you keep saying...
Let me clarify what I said.
I'm saying, just let me...
Don't put words in my mouth. Let me clarify what I said.
I said the exact... Listen, I'm not trying to quote you verbatim, but I'm summing up what you said.
You misrepresented it.
If you want to
represent it in your summary,
you're gonna let me finish. My summary is correct.
It's a misrepresentation of
what you see from the outside. What an Israelite form of white is based on what their father is. And one is teaching white supremacy, the other is teaching the fucking truth. We teach the truth. You teach outside appearance. You teach that what you look like is from the outside.
I didn't say that. You're doing too much. I didn't say that, bro.
We teach what you are ethnically is from what your daddy is. If your daddy black, if you could stop interrupting, you could have been spoke. You've been interrupting the past 5-10 minutes.
But you saying I teach something that I don't teach.
A lot of stuff that I don't say, but I let you finish when you ask for the floor.
No. When I say something that you don't say, I let you interject it.
This hurt. This hurts.
No, it doesn't. I was just saying you've been talking a while, and I gotta go. Didn't you say an hour, and I've given you more than an hour? You
brother, and you
right
can
now,
go,
bro.
Listen, then you can go now, and I'll see you Sunday at 4.
But why you in your feelings? Because
I'm not in my feelings. You asking to leave. Listen, you asking to leave, not me.
You said 30 seconds, bro, and you didn't let me talk after 30 seconds, though.
You didn't want to give me 30 seconds. You wanted to lay down your position. I let you lay it down. Now when I'm talking,
you didn't let me lay it down, Cap. You didn't let me lay it down,
brother,
Cap.
You interrupted me right now.
You never let me lay down my position.
What we can do.
I never laid my position.
I'm not gonna stop talking, bro. So you can give me my time, and then I'll gladly give you your time.
You're gonna get another. Okay, now let's specify how much time.
I don't care how much time you take. If you could be quiet and let me finish, I don't care how much time you take.
Okay, so I'm gonna be quiet, but let me specify.
No, you ain't gotta specify.
So listen, if you spoke for 30 seconds, let me ask you a question.
You're not asking me no question.
You're tripping right now, Cap. You kind of get.
I'm not doing anything. All I want to do is finish.
I can't ask my brother a quick.
No,
damn, I'm just trying to ask you a quick question though.
You can ask me after
I've been doing this the whole show. Why you tripping now when I brought up the white thing? Why you in your feelings, man?
No, only
and you never let me
to show how you're a white supremacist.
I'm saying you've been doing that. This brother really in his feelings. He won't let me ask him a quick question. They've been talking for the last 5 minutes.
I tell you what, you can ask your question, but what I'm showing is brother Sanchez supports white supremacy, and I don't.
Okay, cool.
Ask your question, and your question can't be long-winded. Because it's my time.
It ain't gonna be a long question. You said, Sanchez, give me 30 seconds. I let you speak longer than that uninterrupted for 30 seconds. And then I interrupted to say, can I talk now? And you went crazy. And I also want to remind you the mic was on me. I never made my point as to why I brought up the white thing, because you still in your feelings because I brought up Tazaryach. And you've been on that for the past 5 minutes.
The reason I've been up on that on the past 5 minutes is because you brought up Tazaryach's complexion, and then I said you wouldn't want to have his life, and I went to try to talk about his life, but I wanted to bring out colorism first, and from that moment, all you have done is interrupt me. I haven't even brought out the colorism yet because you interrupted me. I haven't brought out.
The mic was on me.
You're doing it now. You're doing it right now.
The mic was on me though, brother.
It was not on you at that time. You said, let me ask you a question, and it's about your brother Tazaryach. I don't want to be disrespectful. And I let you ask your question. Since I've been trying to answer that question, you've been interrupting. That's how we got here. Whereas if you would have just stayed quiet and let me answer the question that you asked about Tazaryach, we would be past it. So now let me answer the question. Colorism first. What you said about how you judge white people, it shows that you support white supremacy. What I'm saying frees us from white supremacy. My sister grew up a certain way because she was deemed white, not because her mother and father were white. They was black because that's my sister. But because she was light-skinned, she had to be called, hell, I was called white because I'm light-skinned. That's because we suffer from colorism, which is white supremacy. You know who don't suffer from colorism, which is when I was going to talk about Tazaryach's life. Tazaryach did not grow up as a white person. Tazaryach grew up as a Puerto Rican. Tazaryach grew up hated by other white people because they knew that he wasn't one of them, and they knew he was Puerto Rican. So when you talk about white supremacy, you suffer from white supremacy. You suffer from judging a man from his outward appearance. We judge a man from his inside appearance. So I'm answering your question about Katazai. That's why I said, Lord allow, if Christ return and Katazai make it, he'll be destroying a lot of enemies because he's the arrow. You got the floor, brother.
Damn, brother. That's why last time I interjected, because I'm literally counting the seconds. I hold a man by his word. If a man say Sanchez, I'm gonna do 30 seconds, and he go into 5 minutes, and he don't want me to interject, I feel like he shouldn't have lied to me about how long he was gonna speak. So we both took a L on that. I say next time, just say, man, I may take me longer. All right. Now my thing is this right here. I think you kind of went overboard, brother, about this Katazai thing, because I don't care nothing about that man's life. You going into colorism. That's why I'm telling the Hebrew Israelites, quit saying that the white man gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear weapons, because y'all are being colorism when y'all put the adjective white in front of the man, but you believe that a devil can be all colors. Why say white devil if you don't want to specify and get into colorism? That's freaking hypocritical. Just say the devils are gonna be destroyed, and we'll know that the devils may come in all colors. We won't put white skin on it. You're trying to play dumb, like black people, including yourself, wasn't taught that the white man was our enemy, and still is being taught that by the Hebrew Israelites, because when they say that the white man is going to be destroyed, we not thinking about no black dude or no African. We thinking about the KKK. We thinking about them people that lynched us in the street. We thinking about the skin color of the people that hung us in the South on ropes. You're making this thing so complicated to protect this white man that you calling Katazai. I see that gets under your skin. Now I know where it hurt you at now. But I see now you willing to go off and get in all in your feelings on a black brother for this white dude next to you. You don't like when I bring up the fact that to us, he's a white man, regardless of your doctrine. And the way that you defending him and your chat going against me, that's why black people don't rock with the Hebrews, Israelites. You acting like a child, when all I wanted to do was ask a quick darn question, and you didn't do that the whole show. You only did that when I said, why, if is this white dude gonna be judged by your God? You the one said that the white man gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear weapons. That's what y'all teach. I didn't tell you to call it a white man. So how the hell I'm a colorist? I'm telling you to specify who are the white men you talking about, because when we hear white man in the sense of oppression, we don't have a big conversation about who we talking about in America as black people. Y'all seem to be confused with who the white man is as it relates to the oppressor. So my thing is this right here. You're not going to make me feel dumb. You look dumb right now because you sitting right next to a white dude, and you can only justify him not being white by some doctrine on his daddy's side that don't nobody else care about. And if everybody in the world got to adhere to the Hebrew doctrine for us to know who our enemies is or isn't, it'll never happen. I know one thing, the people that was my people's enemy in the South, they were white men that looked like Katazai. So when I'm calling out for help against my oppressor, I know Lena Horne is a black woman. Who don't know that? Everybody know that that's a fair-skinned black woman. That's called mulatto, Creole. Hebrews need to do more research outside the Bible on different types of black people. That ain't nobody's fault but y'all's that you don't know who your people are and you think it's Katazai. See what I'm saying? Yeah, I see what get under your skin now, because I'm making you specify who is the white man that's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear weapons. That made you pissed off at me, dude. You talk for long as hell and you still ain't never answer that. You trying to make it like I'm chaotic and out of control, and you just flipped on me and lost your doggone mind, dude. I don't know what the hell happened. Hold up. You interrupted me. You interrupted me. You said I can talk as long as I want when you was through, and I'm going to hold you to it. You're going to take this. You said it. So now you lying again. You just ain't a man of your word, is it?
So you can
this
take
man said
2 more minutes.
Okay, I don't even need the whole 2 minutes. I'll give you that much. So check this out. And then I got to go after this.
I bet you do.
Yeah, I've been had to go. But check this out right here. This just a pre-debate. I think it was lit enough, man, to sell them
You gonna run after
Who-
this though? You gonna run
Hey,
after this.
guess what? Because guess what? It was about coming here, promoting the bait, getting them
You
out
gonna
their
run
seats,
though?
and you interrupted me. You interrupted me. You
You gonna
interrupted me. So you got to reset my 2 minutes. You
I-
interrupted me.
problem in
Reset my
I
2
did not-
minutes.
Listen, you could take their 2 minutes.
Why
to
are
maybe-
you in? You did this to me, so I just need you to be quiet, bro. You did it to me when I
Take your 2
tried to
minutes.
do it to you.
Take
You
it.
hurt. You in your feelings.
I'm not.
Every time I talk about this white boy that you got right there,
Just
he's not
don't
one
run.
of us.
All I'm asking is not.
I told y'all this get him in his feelings, y'all. What you
All I
got to
asked was
say?
to
And I
not
want my
run.
2 minutes back.
You got your 2
Huh?
minutes. I don't have nothing to say. Just don't run. After your 2 minutes, don't run. That's all I got to say.
Bro, but then I've been told you that I had to go.
All
I've
I'm
been
asking,
said
what
that.
I have to say will take 60 seconds. You could put a timer out. Take your 2 minutes. Just don't run.
Got
That's
you.
all I
Got
ask.
you. Okay, that's fair enough. 60 seconds. When I'm done, I'll let you get the last words to me, and then I'll get out. That's fair enough. Now check this out, right? And I ain't gonna need the full 2 minutes. Captain Tazaryach, you showed us what get under your skin. Now I'm gonna use that against you from days moving for the rest, as long as I know you. I'm gonna use that against you. I hope your buddy Katazar ready for the ride. He's on my radar now. I want him to know that. You see how I know he a white man? He turning red right now, Captain Tazaryach. He not one of us. We don't turn that color. You see what I'm saying? When we get pissed and mad. And I wasn't gonna do this, but you made this happen because I didn't ask you about Katazar. I asked you if your God coming back to destroy the white man with thermonuclear weapons, is Katazar going to be destroyed? And you taught me something. You said when we say white devil, we don't mean white skin. And my question was, well, then why say the adjective white then? What else is a white devil? I know you said devils come in all colors. So why say that the white ones are going to be destroyed with thermonuclear weapons, and just instead of saying devils are going to be destroyed? That was the question I would have landed on, but you never let me get into that. You know why? You wanted to tell me Katazar's life. You wanted to waste my time and wish that we had Katazar's life. You interrupted me before I made my point to tell me Katazar's life and to wish how, you know what? I wish y'all had Katazar's life. Let me tell you Katazar's life. When I'm trying to make my damn point and then you say I'm interrupting you when you never let me make my point because you got in your feelings. Now I just made my point and I bet you ain't gonna answer to it, which is why do you say white devil? That's an adjective that's specific to a certain group. Why not just say God gonna destroy all the devils since they come in all skin tones? I bet you he don't answer that, y'all. He gonna be in his feelings defending his friend. He gonna use his 1 minute to defend his friend right there. He didn't hear nothing I said about his doctrine's hypocrisy. Why are you saying white devil if you don't mean, because you don't gotta put a color on. What do you mean by that if you don't mean skin tone now?
Y'all looking at my camera?
Cool, I'm gonna stop right now. What do you mean by that? That's my question for your minute. Go ahead. I'm done. My question asked. I asked you the question. Go ahead.
Can you say the question again?
Why do y'all say the white devils are going to be destroyed? The white man, if you don't mean skin tone. Who is that? Why put that adjective on?
So when he just said he didn't bring up Katazar, then said he asked about Katazar. That's how we got here. He chose to bring up Katazar, not me. When he brought up Katazar and I brought up colorism, that's when he interrupted me. That's also how we got here. You know how many times I get asked about Katazar? I'm immune to it. But when I went to point out the colorism that he suffers, he also claimed he know Lena Horne now. But when I brought up Lena Horne earlier, he said, I'm not that old. So somebody must have told him about Lena Horne. I use my sister also as an example to show colorism that he suffers. He also said, and I'm going to make a clip out of him, how he learned what the white man is from white supremacy. I did not. Even in the dialogue, I said, Christ said, ye are of your father, the devil. And he was talking to other Israelites. When we say the white man is the devil, we've never said that nobody else can be the devil. That's the whole point of John 8:44. That's why I quoted the white man, excuse me, ye are of your father the devil. Christ is talking to his own fellow Israelites saying that they devils. So we never said. You want me to stop?
You can keep going. I'm just letting you know a minute up, so I want to respond to you for a minute too. Go ahead.
You said you was leaving though.
That's why I only want 60 seconds. I only got time for 60 seconds.
Now you said you was leaving though. So are you leaving or you staying? Because if you respond, I'm gonna want you.
I'm gonna stay for 60 seconds after you respond, and I'm gonna give you another 60 seconds. You can get the last word. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just do another 60-second session.
We can do it one or two ways. You can either stay and we can finish, or we can end it here. And then I can finish on my channel and you can finish on yours because you said you was leaving after this.
Okay. Hey, Cap, I'm going to go ahead and let you get the last word here and I'm going to stay and hear what you got to say.
I'm not even going to do it like that. What I'm going to do is just promote what we're doing on Sunday and then that'll be the end. And then if I continue talking or you continue talking, that's fine. But if you want me to stop right there, I'll just stop right there. But I don't want you to ask me another question or respond because then I'm going to want to do the same thing. And I don't think that's either one of it. No sweat.
You got to have a cutoff point. Hey, but listen, man. So, hey, thanks for having me, bro. I'm looking forward to the debate. We gave him the heat. We gave him the energy. Hey, man, we got worked up. We was hitting hard. Hey, I'm pretty sure you've been through all this before. You the captain. You in the toughest environment to be in, and I'm going to make that shit real tough for you, sir. I'm going to make it tough for you. I just want you to know that. I'm out. Peace and much love to everybody.
Here's my closing argument, man, before you go.
For sure.
I appreciate it. So make sure y'all tune in this Sunday, 4 o'clock. I don't know what the hell he about to bring out on Manifest Destiny, but this ain't it. If this is what he got, I feel sorry for him. He got in his feelings. There's going to be a clip made so fast of him getting annoyed when I showed he was a white supremacist. I'm good at this job. And when he made the statement to say the white man taught me what color is, and I pointed out that he was a white supremacist, that's how we got into this back and forth. And I'm going to make a clip out of it. I'm going to show him. This is my little son. This is my little brother right here. Brother Sanchez, my little brother. I showed him how to actually do a weigh-in. I taught him how to actually turn up in a weigh-in. I'm not talking about his debate tactics. I'm only talking about in a weigh-in. And so I look forward to it. So make sure y'all tune in on his channel. I believe he has it pinned to the top. You want to click that link. You want to click the link on Cross the Line Radio and Captain Tazaryach podcast. I appreciate y'all joining. I see you on Sunday at 4 o'clock, 1 o'clock, Sanchez.
Email me that link for the what you saying.
Okay. Okay, no sweat. I'll email. All right.
Salutes.
I texted you. If you check your text, I did text it to you. If you check your text.
All right, I'll email it to myself and
okay. All right, wait, no, I didn't. I apologize. I take that back. I didn't, but I will text it to you now. I didn't text it. I had text you the StreamYard link, but I will text that link to you.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Appreciate that.
All right, no sweat, man.
All right, we out.
All right. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all. This brother picked that this subject, and if this is his debate tactic, it's gonna be a horrible one to me personally. Yeah, Nashak texted me and said I called that nigga my son. That nigga is my son. And if anybody was listening, what I really wanted to find was when he said that the white man taught him the color part. I don't think he liked that part. And for whatever, Kadazai, you want to say something?
What? No.
Okay. And I don't know why people in 2024 insist on using this. How you could tell, like when they're young, like we're trying to battle and stuff like that. I don't know what possessed Kadazai to use. Sanchez, Kadazai, because that must be like the go-to. Like everybody uses that as a go-to to say, well, we're gonna bring Kadazai in there. We're gonna bring Kadazai. And he didn't expect me to say that Kadazai is probably gonna shoot your ass. I think that threw him off too. He didn't like them answers. I don't know what you thought about that, Kadazai, but that was pretty much it. We're a minute past the time. It's up to you what you want to do.
I think I'm gonna get a reverb if I'm on Clubhouse.
No, you good. I don't hear no reverb.
I think that's the dumbest nigga we ever had on the show. That's number one.
God.
I spent more time shopping for vinyl storage than I did really paying attention to half of the arguments. You know what I'm saying? I found some pretty cool modular furniture for my vinyls. But yeah, I don't know. I feel really bad for him because like the last nigga that tried that, like he under the jail right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know. It's corny.
Only thing I'm gonna tell you, Kat, is I did not tell you what his angle was. Is it different?
It's pretty much in the ballpark of it. I guess I gave him too much credit. You know what I'm saying? To think that, you know, maybe he would actually put together an intelligible argument. You know what I mean? Like that's why I wanted to know, like, what's his definition of manifest destiny then? You know what I'm saying? But he's the type of cat who like throws a stone and hides his hand, like, you know, like how you like, yeah, let's have a debate, but I'll tell you what I'm talking about when we get there. Like, who does that? And honestly, you know, I won't say that part because, you know what I'm saying, and whoever gonna be there, get your money, but I wouldn't pay for that shit.
I ain't gonna say that, but I'm gonna say it.
You know what I mean? Hey, bro, listen, get your money, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody need a hustle.
Everybody, listen, man. Big up to my brother Sarnetta, man. He the one set this up. This cat did the title. I'm gonna tell you what's funny. When he say I acted a certain way, when he first contacted me on his live, he took his lives down. And I actually have the text where he said he took his lives down because I think once he saw how embarrassing it was on his side, that's why he took it down. So we'll see if he leaves this up. Our videos will be up. I am going to make a clip and show what he said. Like everybody that I battle, when they can't beat me, they go to the next thing. Well, Tazaryach looks like this. Tazaryach looks like that. When you go that route, that's when you lost. That's just my opinion. All right. So with that, Tazaryach doesn't have a drive because he's home chilling. So with
but I still had to pay them tolls trying to get out. I don't know what was up. It was gridlock.
Map it out. Next time, map it out. And if it's long like that, you know, I'll just tell you, you know, to stay back. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, because you know what, Cap? It wasn't until you get to the turn, you know what I'm saying, going towards Atlantic Avenue, and then it locked.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what happened, but I stayed in the same spot for like 45 minutes. It was like complete gridlock.
Yeah, that's why I hate New York.
Man, who you telling?
New York for that reason. Like when I say I hate New York, I hate New York. The traffic is crazy, but I'll be back here Saturday at camp. We'll be on 125 in Lenox Ave.
Oh, you gonna be there?
Shut up. Yeah, I'm gonna be there, man.
All right, Cap been traveling the world. I feel like I ain't seen him in like 3 months.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. I just saw you last week, man.
All my days run together, man.
Shut up, man. I just saw you last week, man. Hey, for those looking for a 85 South update, I think we close to
the release.
Chapat said move to Houston then. That's what Chapat just told me. Move to Houston. Yeah, I think we close to the release. I'm actually gonna be with Moneybag Mafia Saturday. Because 85 South, if you're in the New Jersey area, 85 South gonna be performing there. For those that's DC Carey, Chico Bean, and I forgot the other brother's name that fast. And he was the one that I did the damn show with. It's 85 and Carlos. Sorry about that. So they're gonna be, and Moneybag Mafia gonna be there as well. So I'm gonna be chilling with Moneybag Mafia this Saturday. That's the cat I did the skit with where I slapped him. So I'll be there this Saturday, but I believe we're close now. They might be releasing it on their app because they have a 85 South Show app. So it might get released on the app first, just letting y'all know in case it's not released on their YouTube channel. But I think we're close to getting it. And until next time, Shalom Israel.
Shalom.